Hey guys, it's Karrie and I am back with a chat video, and Coco decided she wanted to sit with me as I started the video, but I'm going to go ahead and let her lay down in my lap right now, and I'll pop her up again towards the end and show Chanel. Chanel is in here too, but she's in her bed in the floor right now. How have you guys been doing? I've been doing pretty good. There's been a couple of rough spots this week. Nothing major whatsoever, but I thought I would just chat to you about them, as well as maybe a few other things. One thing, oh, Chanel wants up here now too. Just give me a second. If I'm ever holding Coco, Chanel gets so jealous and I have to hold her too. Isn't that right? Yes, it is. Now, if I pick Chanel up, sometimes Coco barks at us because she's jealous. Anyway, the life with dachshunds. That should definitely be a hashtag, and I think I've used that before. So I've got a bit of a confession of sorts to make about a future video that I plan on doing, but I'll get into that in a minute. So last Saturday, I think I was actually planning on filming a chat video, and I did not have the best day at all. It was like one of those situations where if it could go wrong, it went wrong. And it kind of started off that morning, and I got a piece of equipment that I don't know if I told you guys I was getting this or not, and you may know what this is and you may not know what it is, but it is a gimbal for like a vlogging camera. And I really want to work on my vlogs because I want to do more of them, and I want the quality to be better for you guys. So I got this in, and last Friday night, so I tried to set it up. Excuse me. Sometimes when I start talking, like, my throat just starts really itching. You have to balance this thing. So I'm really technically challenged, even though I like technology. I'm technically challenged. So it didn't come with instructions, and it came with a few instructions, like a quick start guide, but nothing major. And it says basically they're trying to conserve on paper, and if you need the instructions, you can go download them off their website. I'm like, okay, I do appreciate that, but sort of, but not really. So I did that. I downloaded them, and it says you have to balance this thing, and I've got to be honest, I had no idea it needed to be balanced. I've never really watched YouTube videos on gimbals before getting this. I did watch a few on trying to figure out what to order, and this actually has another piece that I left sitting behind the camera. You can put it in right here, and it's like a little tripod, or you can attach it right here and you can hold it like this. So I attempted to balance this thing, and I didn't know what I was doing. So then I started watching YouTube videos, basically how to balance your gimbal, or this particular one. This is and I'm gonna mispronounce it because I've heard it pronounced like 3 or 4 different ways, but it's Zhiyun Weebill gimbal. And so I'm gonna just put it down for right now. You guys don't need to see me continue to hold that. So I attempted to balance it, and I was working with it probably for an hour. And you have to, let me back up a minute. It has to be balanced per whatever camera you attach to it. So if you've got different cameras, you're gonna have to rebalance the thing every single time. But it does have these grid lines on it, so you can either take a picture or write down what camera is on there and what line. So there's 3 parts that have to be balanced. So I honestly thought I got it balanced after about an hour. It seemed to be okay. So last Saturday morning, I took it out to Radnor Lake, and that thing wasn't balanced. Oh my goodness, it was moving it was like just whatever, it was just like moving in it wasn't even windy, I was gonna say moving in the wind, but it was moving at will, it seemed. It was not balanced, it was all wrong, and I was like, this footage is gonna look awful. But I kept thinking, you know, I've seen people, they said you can run with a gimbal, you're gonna have stable footage, so I got out there and it was not a good day for any filming or any photography. It was an overcast day, gray skies. I wasn't seeing a lot of wildlife. I ended up seeing one, like a cardinal or a red bird. That was beautiful, and that was about the only thing that was really pretty that I saw, because it was just this gray day and then this bright red bird. I did get a couple of pictures, but I was trying to get the camera off the gimbal, and it was just not working without scaring the bird, so that didn't even work out. So I came back home and I looked at the footage because I was planning on putting this vlog up for you guys, and it was horrific. Not stable whatsoever. It was shaky. And then I kept hearing a clicking noise. I don't know. I think I know what that clicking noise was and what I need to do about it. Anyway, so that didn't work. So I'm still trying to figure out how to balance the gimbal. So that was one thing. Then I'm trying to think how to say this story. The next thing I'm going to do is go to the mall. And I think that was the next thing in line. Yeah. Okay, so there's a story that the reason why I'm going to the mall at this point. I had given previously, like before Black Friday, I had given my dad he always asks me, what do you want for Christmas? And I give him a list of things. And I usually kind of at least put like, this is like, I'll rank them, not really rank them all, but say this is the one that I want. If you only get me one thing, this is what I want. So I did that. And it was some watch bands for my Michelle watch that I had gotten Black Friday of 2018. They came out with these different colored watch bands, and they came in 16 millimeters and 18 millimeters. I needed 18 millimeters, so I told my dad 18 millimeters. There's 7 watch bands in this kit, and so he didn't tell me what he got, but I assumed he was going to get it. So sometime later, he looks at it, then he tells me at a later date, they sent the 16 millimeter, not the 18. Then he hands it to me and says, will you take it back to Nordstrom and get it exchanged? I was kind of like, I wasn't quite sure why he didn't do that, and he was upset. He said, I'm sorry, I feel like I ruined your Christmas. And I said, don't worry about that. So I took it back to Nordstrom and I had it shipped to the store. I just think it's safer to do that. So I went to pick it up on Saturday after going to Radnor Lake and it just not working out there. And I go to where you pick up items that you have shipped to the store. And they couldn't find it. And I waited and I waited. 2 people were looking, then they had to go call the manager. The manager finally looked. Finally, they found it in the K's. They had stored it under Karrie, not my last name, not Stanfill, where normally they put it in your last name. So finally it was found after a while. And then I decided I really wanted Carrabba's, and there's a Carrabba's restaurant near the mall. So I had ordered something, and the lady was like, it'll be 20 minutes. It's literally right at the mall. So I drove over there. Almost all of the parking was gone. There was one to-go spot left. It was on the very end, and if you were working the to-go area, you wouldn't be able to look out the door and see my car, okay? And I waited. 20 minutes rolls around. 30 minutes rolls around, and I finally was like, I'm going to get out and just go up to that door and ask. So I walked up to the door. The lady kind of looked at me like, what are you doing walking in this door? Because this is for employees, not customers. And I said, I had a call-in order. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. This was another piece of the story. They sent me a text message that my food was ready like at the 15-20 minute mark. I left out that part. You needed to hear that. So my food was ready. I waited 31 minutes. I distinctly remember waiting 31 minutes. So back to the story. I got out of my car, walked in that door, and the lady's looking at me. She's literally, I disturbed her because she was sitting on the counter playing on her phone. and I was like, hi, my name is Karrie. I had a call-in order. I got a text message that it was ready, and she looked at me and she says, oh, I've been waiting on you to get here. And me being my chicken self didn't say anything. I know I should have said something, but I didn't. I just let it go, and I was like, thank you, gave her a tip, and I left. I think there was something else that had happened, but for the life of me, I can't remember what that something else is right now, but I feel like there was something else. So it was like one thing after another. And then for Saturday night, I had bought my parents and myself some tickets to go see Glow Nashville. And I was planning on vlogging that. And I did do a little bit of filming out there, and I might attach that footage to the end of this video. I think I'll do that. It's not the best, but you'll see what it is. And it is basically all these lights in the Nashville Sounds Stadium, kind of like downtown Nashville. And it was absolutely beautiful. So I kind of got it for my parents' anniversary, but they've been, in the month of December, they will have been married 49 years, so it was like they didn't need to be alone. They were fine with me going, and I felt like I needed to help my mom. And health-wise, she's doing okay. If you're new to my channel and didn't go back and watch any old videos, she had a heart attack on January the 20th, 2019. So over the course of time, she's been doing okay, but she has days where not quite sure what's going on. She just doesn't feel good. And she's almost 72 right now. She had the heart attack just a few days before her 71st birthday. So it could be her medicine that's not quite right, not sure, but she's not in any pain whatsoever. She's like, I'm not in pain. I just don't have energy. I don't feel good. And she's told her doctors, they're aware of this. So this was one of the, and some days she'll be just fine. I mean, as fine as she can be, but she'll feel better on other days. So Saturday was not a day where she was feeling her best. She was doing okay. So we got to the park, and the parking garage, I should say, and it opened at 5, and I was like, oh my goodness. I left them in the car and got out and said, I'm going to go see where we go in, because I wanted to make sure she didn't have to walk very far. I'm going to get her the closest I can there. Well, when I got out and looked, the line was backed around 1.5 sides of the parking garage. So stupidly or not, I'm not sure if it was stupid, it was a bad idea or a good idea, but I told her, I said, let's wait till they open and just let you stay in the car and sit here. And then when they open, hopefully that crowd will go in that's backed up, and then we'll just be able to walk right in. Because in my mind, they were just going to open and people were just going to walk in. I did not know that people were having to go through metal detectors and every bag was getting searched. And that they only had 4 lines going in, and there was thousands of people there. So at 5 o'clock, we got out, and the line was even longer than it was when I looked out. And I was going, oh my goodness. And I started getting very anxious and a little bit stressed. And she's like, I'm fine, don't worry about it. And it took us 40 minutes from the time we got in line, or I should say the time we got out of the car, till the time we got through the gate. And by the time we got in there, she was exhausted and just had to sit down, and she couldn't walk around and look at anything, and I felt so bad. But she was like, no, I'm fine. She said, they had these fire pits with chairs and blankets. And so she did that, and she said, she's like, I actually enjoyed looking at the lights. It was fine. So you could walk around, look at lights. They also had ice skating. I don't know if ice skating was included in the price of the ticket or if you had to pay extra, but they also had tubing with this like fake snow or fake ice. I'm not sure what it was. I'm going to have to switch the girls for a minute. They're on my leg and my leg's going to sleep. So let me move my other leg. So I think the tubing was included in the price. I didn't want a tube. They had Vanderbilt Life Flight paramedics standing out there watching the tubing with their bags, like ready to go, and people were having to sign waivers. To my knowledge, no one got hurt, but they were prepared in case somebody got hurt, because it looked like people were getting a little bit airborne. So, anyway, we did that. Because of my anxiety, I do have a bit of an issue with anxiety. It's not all the time, but I do have an issue, especially there's certain things that will trigger it, and my mom's health is one of those things. So I was worried sick about her, and I just didn't really enjoy myself very much, but it was absolutely beautiful. And I think it would have been better potentially if we had gotten there earlier, gotten at the head of the line. She still would have had to stood up, but the walking would not have been as far because we would have gotten a closer parking place to where the entrance was. But anyway, that happened as well. So that was last Saturday. And then we had a snow scare on Tuesday. Now, you guys may not remember it, or if you've been with me for a while, but I said a few years ago that snow is one of the things that I am petrified of driving in. Snow, ice. I don't even like driving in the rain, but snow and ice scares me to death, and I won't do it. I've had a wreck in it before. On 2 other occasions, I have had almost a traumatic experience driving in it. One time, my car just spun. Thankfully, it didn't hit anything. Another time, the car was literally like going sideways down the road, and I couldn't even turn the wheel where it would be going straight. I had to turn the wheel either all the way to the right or all the way to the left just to get the car to go straight. Anyway, so I've had traumatic experiences driving in the snow, and then the last time I did it, my car just spun out and I hit a wall on the road that I was on. Thankfully, I wasn't hurt. The car was repaired, but ever since then, I was like, I can't do it. I am petrified of driving in it. So on Tuesday, we had a snow scare. And they kept saying that we may get up to a ½ inch in Nashville. Luckily, we didn't. It just flurried. And not even that. I think I saw a handful of flurries. It started out like at 60 degrees at midnight. And then by like 7 or 8 o'clock, it was down to like the high 30s and just kept dropping. But one thing I will say, whether you guys are interested in in Nashville's weather, we get a lot of rain, but a lot of snow we do not get. And one reason is, well, there's a few reasons. One is we're in the South. We don't get that much snow anyway. But there are places that do get more than us that are a little bit north and a little bit south. For whatever reason, this weather pattern in Nashville is we just don't get a lot, even if it's just like one county above us or one county to the south or even to the west. It could be a county to the west, county to the east. They will get it, but it's almost like as soon as it gets to the Davidson County border, I've literally seen it on a map. You know, the snow was coming, you could see it on the map, and as soon as it hits Davidson County, it literally split. It opened up, the weather pattern opened up and literally went around Nashville. Coco is now wanting down, so I'm going to show you her one more time and then put her down, and then I'll wrap it up by showing Chanel when I'm ready. It's going to be a long video, guys. My chats usually are. Okay, so put Coco down. So anyway, they were calling for snow, and even a ½ inch is something I won't drive in it. I know that some of you people are from up north, and you deal with probably 50 inches to 100 inches of snow a year, and I don't know how you guys do it. I'm like, bless your hearts. I just don't think I could survive up there. At least driving. I just wouldn't drive. I'd have to work somewhere that I could walk or take a bus or a train. Something like that, and that's not an option where I live. Anyway, thankfully it didn't, but I was planning on putting up my mini caramel pie video on Wednesday, and I'd already edited it, but I didn't upload it for whatever reason. I just like, oh, I got to edit it, I'm moving on. And I was like, oh, I'll just do that on Tuesday night. Well, was so concerned about the snow that when Tuesday night rolled around, I completely forgot about my video, and I didn't even remember it to sometime on Wednesday. And then so Wednesday, later in that evening rolled around, I got the video uploaded, and a few months ago, I had watched this video, this girl that's probably got 400,000 subscribers, and she said, if you make your videos private, like you upload them, but make them private on YouTube, and then make them public, they do better. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but she's like, YouTube just pushes it out to more people or something. Maybe, maybe not. It could be just all just nothingness, or I can't even think. My brain's not working right now. So I used to schedule my videos and basically like schedule them, forget them. Like, you know, I would say, I want you to upload at 7 a.m. Central Time, Monday or Wednesday or Friday or whatever. Well, ever since she said that, I've been trying to push the videos, make them public, where I'll upload them, but they're private, and then I'll make them public. So I completely forgot to make it public on Thursday morning. And so it was like around 12:30, 1 o'clock when I finally remembered to make it public. So that's part of the reason of my weird upload schedule. And then just sometimes I haven't been in the mood to film or just edit the videos. It's just one of those things. It's hit or miss for me right now. And YouTube is a hobby for me. So that's that situation. Oh, one other thing. I wanted to show you this sweater I was wearing. It's from J. Crew, and I got it on Cyber Monday. I was not planning on buying anything on Cyber Monday, but here's what happened. I had watched Amy from Chase Amy, and she had bought this sweater from J. Crew on Black Friday. And she was like, this is the softest sweater, and it's got these little sparkly things on it. And she just went on and on how great this sweater was. And I'm like, if it's got a sparkle, I'm obsessed. So I looked at it on Black Friday or Saturday, and I had put it in my cart. Then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get it. I think it was either 40 or 50% off at J. Crew on Black Friday. So I decided not to get it. Then Cyber Monday rolls around, and it was 50% off. And then J. Crew had mailed me a $50 gift card. Basically, the purchase had to be $50 and I could get $50 off. So literally, I could have gotten something free. I just had to at least spend $50 and then I would get $50 off. So this sweater was like $116. I'm so bad at math. I don't remember the original price, but half price, I do remember it. I think it was $65, half price. So whatever 65 and 65 is, what is that, 130? Maybe it was 130. So it went down to $65 on Cyber Monday. Then I had that $50 gift card. And so I put that on there and it worked. I was surprised. I was like, it really worked. And then it went down to $15 plus tax. So it was like $16 and some change. And I was like, I'm going to get it at $16 and change. So they only had an extra large when I got it. I was trying to get a large. I can wear, if it's oversized, like a medium, or if it's really oversized, a small. But I usually get like a medium or a large, but I got an extra large, and the sleeves are, oops, you can't even see them. So the sleeves are too long, right, the way I'm holding my arms, you can't really tell, but I was like, I don't care. It was $16 and change with tax. So anyway, that was the story about the sweater. Hey guys, if the camera looks weird or something, I got up to get something to drink and then I came back, and so that's what happened. But I need to go ahead and tell you the story that I alluded to at the beginning of the video. So if you're still with me, let's get into this story. I was doing something I should not have been doing. I was looking on Fashion Files website for a specific or a specific item or items from the brand Chanel. And I have already talked about budgeting for Chanel in the past, and I was planning on doing more videos on that, but I haven't done any more. Kind of like time went by, other things came up. That was Coco right there. She's under her blanket and then she just lets out a bark. She does that all the time. So I had every intention of doing more budgeting for Chanel. I just didn't. Life went by. I got busy. I just didn't feel like doing different videos. YouTube is a hobby. I think I already said that earlier. But I do videos when I feel like doing them. So anywho, there's that. But I was looking on the website and I saw these items that had been on my mind almost a year, not quite, but almost a year. And it was something that I didn't know until months ago that I wanted these items. When I originally got interested in the brand Chanel, I'm not going to tell you what, I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to reveal anything yet. But there was a particular handbag that I wanted, and I wanted this handbag more than any other handbags. Then when I saw this other collection, I was like, no, I want this more than that first handbag. It's kind of like sometimes your mind does change with the wind, but I was like, if this is any collection that I ever would regret not getting, this is it. So I just kind of impulsively made a decision to purchase one item. And then I got to thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. Then I went back and put a second item on reserve. Then I waited several days and I was thinking about this third item and I was going, you know what? Just go for it. I was like, just, you know, I probably shouldn't have done it, but I did. I went for it. And then I was like, oh my goodness, what have you done? So, where I have put myself at this point in time is on an extreme no buy. So I will not be buying anything that is not absolutely necessary until I get these items in my possession. And even after that, I probably shouldn't buy anything. I'm not going to promise about afterwards, but up until this point, I am not going to buy anything till I get these items in my possession. So I'm only going to be spending money that is absolutely necessary. I have no intention of eating out at all until these items. So we're talking about 2 months away. So we shall see if I stick to that. Luckily, I don't eat out that much anyway, but anyway, so there will be no random Target purchases that are not on a list of things that I need. No random Amazon purchases. I love stationery and pens, and I like to get pens on Amazon. There will be none of those. There will be, I'm trying to think of other things, like no shopping at Nordstrom or anywhere else. None of that's going to happen whatsoever. So anyway, I will not be doing any more hauls other than what I got for Christmas up until that will be the last thing that you may see haul wise on my channel until the reveal. So anyway, I wanted to let you guys know what I did. Yes, it was an impulse to a certain extent, but it was something that I haven't thought about every single day of my life since I've seen them, but I thought about a lot. It was constantly in the back of my mind that I wanted these pieces, and I saw an opportunity. And one reason I decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and get it now was I was looking at, sorry about that, my mind just went. I was looking at the carts. You can see how many, and they do this on purpose, but you can see the item, how many carts people have put this in. They'll add it to their cart and then just don't purchase. There was a lot of people that wanted these items, and I do mean a lot. And these items are sold out. They were limited edition. You have to get them on the resale market, pre-loved market. So that kind of pushed me over the edge, and I was like, I'm just going to do it. So right now I'm a little bit scared of what I have done because this will be my most expensive fashion purchases to date. That's not something to be proud of, so that scares me a little bit. But I was like, I don't have regrets on the other hand because this was something that I was like, if you love fashion, and some of you, when you see it, you may go on, oh, I don't like that at all. And that's understandable. I've done that with other things. But if you're one of those people that like saves up and you're going, you truly love your fashion and you get so thrilled when you get something, that's what this is for me. So Anyway, what's done is done right now. I do believe with Fashion File, you do have the opportunity to return stuff as long as all of the tags and everything they put on them are still attached. So I do have that option if I do have buyer's remorse. Anyway, this has been an extremely long video. I just wanted to share that with you. Let me go ahead and show you Chanel. She's been in my lap for a while. After Coco got down, she will sit with you all day long, won't you? Say, I love sitting with my mommy. Yes, you do. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to attach again, that glow video that I took at the glow event if you want to stick with it and watch it. I think it's like under 5 minutes or something. I hope you guys all have a great week. If I don't do a chat video before Christmas, I hope you have a Merry Christmas and get everything you want on your list. And remember though, it's also this season of giving as well as receiving. So thank you guys for watching, sticking with me through this long video. I really appreciate it. Leave me some sort of comment below. I love chatting with you guys, even though I'm always slow about getting back to you. So talk to you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Decorated in town, among all the tinsel and lights, I'm strolling around, just wondering where you have gone to. Are you just around the corner or in Kathmandu? And whether still I wish you the merriest Christmas. I hope it will be all that you dream. I have nothing but love for you. You can trust that to be true. Yeah, I wish you the merriest Christmas of all. I've built myself a new life from the ground up. A beautiful wife, 2 kids, and a dog pup. Still sometimes